Hi, this is Antonia. Thank you all so much for joining us for our CFC Gratitude Week. This is our final week of the campaign. And this is finished strong. We're doing everything we can to get the word out about the CFC. We appreciate all of our federal employees who are joining us today. Thank you for everything that you all are doing to support the campaign. And with me today, I have Carrie Hathorn, who is the zone manager for the Midwestern CFC zone. We also have Shanier Crutcher, who is the zone manager for the Michigan CFC zone. I'm your events director, as well as I run the North Texas CFC zone. And we have a few wonderful charities on with us today who are going to explain what it is that their organizations do. And really, we just wanted to thank again all of our federal employees for supporting the campaign for the 2020 season. So I'd like to go ahead and go to our first speaker, who is Linda Gross out of the with the Youth Mental Health Project. Her CFC code is 46976. Thank you so much for joining us, Linda.
Thank you so much for having me. And I have to say, we've been involved with the CFC for 2 years, but this is my first year doing it. And it has been an incredible experience, especially when I can see all your faces and knowing how all of you really help this country in your individual ways. And thank you for supporting all of the organizations. I wanted to briefly tell you about our mission, which is it's a grassroots organization. And our mission is to educate, empower, and support families and also communities to better understand and care for the mental health. And one of the programs we have is the Parent Support Network, which during COVID has been incredibly supportive to all the families across the country. We used to be, a year ago, we were only in six states, and now we're in 48 states and growing. But what it is, it's a peer-to-peer support group where parents with children with mental health challenges come together. It's very unique in that it's the only peer-to-peer that I'm aware of without a professional leading it. But I have to say, people don't realize what every dollar does. And this year, to have a Parent Support Network group, it's only $10 to perform that group because we're on Zoom, so that it does, in a sense, bring down the cost instead of being face to face. But what it's done, it's enabled more families to be involved. And if it wasn't for you, so many of these groups would not have existed. And I know that with all our organizations, with all our troubles that we've had during the pandemic and COVID, and hopefully soon we can come to a more normal life than currently, but we couldn't do it without you. And so again, from my heart, thank you. And look forward to working with you again next year. Thank you, Antonia.
Thank you so much, Linda. We really appreciate how you all, everybody who's a new charity every year, you kind of just jump in and learning the ropes. And so we try to work with you as much as possible, but we greatly appreciate how you've been able to jump in with all of the changes this campaign season, as opposed to our regular in-person events and whatnot. So thank you again. I'd like to go ahead and what I just want to mention what Carrie is showing you here is the giving site. Any of you who have not gone to the giving site, haven't made your pledge yet, please do. It's cfcgiving.opm.gov, or you can go to the main givecfc.org and there's a donate button. But this feature that Carrie is sharing with you is the charity search function. And so we're going through this to show you how easy it is is to search for a charity. You can enter the charity CFC code if you have it, or you can just put in the charity name, or you can even search by cause and enter, for instance, cancer or children, for whatever cause it is that you're searching for. And then once you pull up a charitable organization, there is a brief description. There's a link to their website, lots of information that you can delve into a bit more to learn more about that charity. So we'll kind of show you a bit of the information on the charities that are on with us today. So let's go ahead and go on to our next speaker. We do have Kids in Danger, CFC code 42080. Dev Gowda is on with us today. Thank you so much for joining us, Dev.
Yeah, thank you for having me. My name is Dave Gowda, and I'm the Assistant Director of Kids in Danger, or KID. And we're a nonprofit organization dedicated to protecting children by fighting for product safety. Our CFC number is 42080. Thank you to everyone for contributing to organizations like KID and the other organizations that are on this call through CFC, and to all the organizers who did a great job allowing us to do virtual events this year. Your generous support has allowed us to continue our life-saving work by helping pay for unforeseen costs due to the pandemic, like Zoom costs, so that we can continue to conduct our virtual workshops with parents and caregivers from around the country to educate them about children's product safety issues like safe sleep, choking hazards, and furniture tip-overs, and to pay for our educational materials that we provide to parents and caregivers. So this past year, we've been able to educate almost 1,000 people through our virtual workshops. And thanks again for all the support you've given to KID and the other charities involved in CFC. And we look forward to working with you in the future. And if you want to learn more about Kids in Danger, you can go to our website at www.kidsindanger.org. So thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Being a mom of 3 children, I definitely appreciate the work that you're doing on their behalf. Let's go ahead and go to our next speaker. We have Maureen Irish, CFC code 48230 from the United Way of Midlands. Thank you so much for joining, Maureen.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maureen Irish, and I serve as the Director of Corporate Relations for United Way of the Midlands in Omaha, Nebraska. United Way has actually been serving the Omaha and Council Bluffs Metro for 97 years. We strive to really help our neighbors stand strong by investing your generous gifts into a circle of support that includes access to basic needs, education supports, and financial stability. And I just want to say that on behalf of the United Way of the Midlands team, just thank you so much for supporting our community. We know that we really need to work together this year more than ever to affect change. And I'm just so proud to share with you that last year, your generous gifts, when combined with others, really made such a profound impact in our community. Actually, over 269,000 people were provided 4 million meals. Pantries were provided 5 million pounds of food. Over 185,000 people were provided behavioral and physical health supports. Over 3,000 books were provided to kids, and over 12,000 students were served through our out-of-school time programs, which in 2020 was so crucial. This year especially, of course, the need in our community has risen. We've seen that with we have a 211 hotline. The call volume has skyrocketed to over 140%, and text messages to our hotline have increased 300%. And just putting that into perspective, last year our community was facing the flooding. So when you think about that 140% increase, that's with the flooding in 2019. So all that to say that your gift truly just makes such a profound difference in our community. And while the road is still long ahead of us, with the heart, determination, and just generosity of CFC and other community leaders, we're very confident we can help get people back on their feet. And just thank you so much for supporting United Way of the Midlands and all of the wonderful nonprofits that partner with CFC. During this time of great separation, we are just so thankful to you for taking a united response by helping our community during this time.
Thank you, Maureen. We can definitely appreciate all of the challenges that all of our charities have faced this year due to COVID and the increased costs and the challenge to actually reach volunteers and everything. So yes, thank you so much for what you're doing. I would like to encourage you all, if you have, to our federal employees, if you have any questions for any of our charities who are speaking, please go ahead and put those in the chat. Just direct them to the organization that you have a question for, and they would be happy to answer any of those questions for you. If there are any special programs that you all are offering or special volunteer programs that you have that you'd like to mention in the chat as well, please feel free to go ahead and enter that information there for our federal employees who are on with us today. And we're going to go ahead and go to our next speaker, who is Tina Pattison, CFC code 98524 with Hunt of a Lifetime. Thank you for joining us, Tina.
Thank you for having us. We'd like to thank all the CFC volunteers. As you said earlier, everybody was hit even harder with adjusting to COVID and everything going on. So where we had free tags for our kids to go out, we had to pay for different preserves only because some of those states were smoke damaged, some were fire damaged, and some of them closed their borders or had restrictions that meant that the parents would have to take 4 weeks off of work instead of just the 1 week to go do their dream. So we were hit pretty hard with extra costs in that area, but we still managed to get 41 kids out all over the United States. And our typical numbers are 55 and up. So we didn't do too bad. And it's because of the constant flow of CFC funding that stayed where it was or got better and helped us with those extra incomes to make sure the kids' hunts got out. And some of them are fishing trips. So we want to thank everybody in the CFC for their donation to us, for considering us, and for coming on board, as it was greatly needed this year due to lack of going to outdoor sports shows. They were shut down, and people that used to do events for us year round had to cancel them because of the restriction of who could come and who couldn't. So again, we'd like to thank all the federal employees for taking the time to support us. We are Hunt of a Lifetime, code number 98524. We take children 21 and under with a life-threatening illness or life-threatening disability on their dream of a big game, small game, hunting or fishing adventure. And I want to thank everybody again, and I want to thank CFC for having us.
Thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate you. We do have one last charity who will be speaking today. We have Hope for Haiti, CFC code 40089. We have Sarah Porter on with us. Thank you for joining us, Sarah.
Yes, thank you so much. Is it okay to go ahead and share my screen? I just had a couple photos I thought I'd share. Oh, and you're on mute.
Yes, sorry, Sarah. Let me go ahead and enable that for you to be able to share, okay?
Okay, great, thanks. But yes, I am with Hope for Haiti. We are an organization that focuses on poverty alleviation and improving the lives of the Haitian people, primarily children. Can everyone see my screen okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. Still learning this new Zoom world. So many things to click on. But yeah, okay, sorry, just waiting for the photos to pull up. All right, so also our team wants to say a big thank you. Most of our staff is actually Haitian and based in Haiti. My role here in the US is to really raise the resources and the support so they can do the work. And they work so hard every day to empower their country. And the CFC and federal employees like you are a huge part of our success and why we have these impacts. Obviously, last year was very challenging, but we were blown away by the last campaign season that the CFC and federal employees contributed over $27,000 directly to our programs in Haiti. So this really enabled us to realize what our vision is for Haiti, what our long-term dream is, which is joyful children, healthy families, thriving communities, and the resources to make it so. And I just wanted to share a few examples of what the CFC did fund in Haiti during the last campaign season, and also will again with this next season. So we were able to actually provide thousands of students in the south of Haiti with a health physical and deworming prevention and treatment, something that's really critical for young children to receive. We also were able to provide thousands of critical medications and visits to over thousands of patients in Haiti. We have a healthcare facility. And we also were able to provide thousands of families with a clean water filtration system. That's another one of our major program areas. And that's something that makes such a difference, is when families and children have access to clean water, something again that's very challenging in Haiti, and now at the household level. We've had parents tell us our kids don't get sick anymore and they don't have to miss school. So that right there changes lives. And we were also able to provide over 20 college scholarships to students in Haiti so they can continue their education. And again, this was directly because of the CFC. So we just wanted to say a huge thank you. And as our team in Haiti would say in Creole, merci en paix. And if anyone has questions, please let me know. We're happy to share more information.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate that. I really like you showing those what a dollar can do. We have so many people who feel like, I can only afford $5 out of a pay period, and that they feel like that's not much. And each and every one of these charitable organizations know how to make every single dollar count. So no matter how small you may feel your donation may be, it means a great deal to any one of these organizations. So whether you choose to give to one of these organizations who are on with us today, or any one of the 6,000 charities who participate in the combined federal campaign, please go on, search for a charity that speaks to you and what your needs are, people, friends, and family who have experienced suffering in their lives, and you want to give back. Please go on and give today. I have put the cfcgiving.opm.gov website in the chat. Feel free to just click on that link. You can go there. You can go to givecfc.org. There is a donate button, and give today. Help us finish strong. Campaign ends on January the 15th at 11:59 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. So that gives all of us in the Central and Eastern time zones a bit more time on the 15th. So thank you all for participating. Thank all of our charities. Carrie, Shanier, would you guys like to say any last words today?
Just another big thank you for everyone who's given so far. And if you're a coordinator, remind your coworkers to give. And again, the deadline is January 15th.
I'm just going to ditto what they said, but I do want to thank all the charities for coming and presenting and sticking with us all year long. I know that I've seen Tina on some of our local Michigan zone events, and I think maybe even Linda, but I do want to say thank you to all of you who participated, and to all of the employees that jumped on today. We had a lot of people on here. So Happy New Year, everybody.
Thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you all.
Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye.